At 70, Hollywood legend Debra Winger continues to be as candid and fiery as ever. Known for refusing to play it safe, Winger has never shied away from sharing her real feelings about co-stars, going so far as to publicly admit she hated. With several of them, let's explore the 6 actors she's called out and the stories behind them. 1. Richard Gere. A brick wall, Winger's legendary chemistry opposite. Richard Gere, in An Officer and a Gentleman, 1982, dazzled audiences, but off-camera things were icy. Colleague Louis Gossett Jr. recalled Winger griping that Gere was a brick wall. A comment. Winger has confirmed Bravo +15, ASU Times +15, Reddit +15. She's also expressed disdain for director Taylor Hackford, calling him an animal. Nikki Swift +3, Nikki Swift +3, Daily News +3. The friction didn't stop them from performing, but the tension was real. 2. Shirley MacLaine, tense mother-daughter clash. Winger's role as MacLaine's daughter, in Terms of Endearment, 1983, remains one of her most acclaimed, but behind the scenes, tensions ran high. MacLaine arrived on set draped in fur coats, while Winger showed up in combat boots and a miniskirt, setting the tone for recurring clashes. Grandfather Clock's blog +6, ASU Times 6, Daily News +6. The feud grew famous enough that rumors suggested Winger farted in MacLaine's direction during a particularly bad moment. Bravo +15, The Richest +15, Best Life +15. Despite landing nominations in the same year, MacLaine went home with the Oscar, pointedly stating, "I deserve this." ASU Times +3, The Richest +3, Best Life +3.3. John Malkovich, nothing more than a catwalk model in the 1990 film The Sheltering Sky. Winger locked horns with co-star John Malkovich. She later dismissed him as nothing more than a catwalk model. According to her accounts, Reddit +3, Grandfather Clocks, blog +3, Telegraph +3. That blunt assessment captures her fearless honesty, even when her opinion stings. 4. Madonna called out on A League of Their Own. Winger initially signed on for A League of Their Own, 1992, even training with the Chicago Cubs for her role. Her involvement unraveled when Madonna was cast. Winger accused director Penny Marshall of turning the movie into an Elvis film and dropped out of the project. The Richest +15, Remind +15, Telegraph +15. She even negotiated a rare pay clause to secure her salary despite not participating, a move reflecting her conviction. Winger hasn't been shy since quipping, "Madonna's acting career has spoken for itself." Remind. 5. Taylor Hackford, dubbed an animal. Winger didn't hold back on An Officer and a Gentleman. Her brutal critique of director Taylor Hackford, too, which she referred as an animal, was revealed by Gossett Jr., Business Insider +3, Nikki Swift +3, Daily News +3. She's since admitted that some of the tension stemmed from insecurity during filming, but honesty was never her issue. 6. Andy Cohen awkwardness on Watch What Happens Live. Though Andy Cohen isn't an actor, the way Winger interacted with him on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live was so contentious it deserves inclusion. Cohen labeled her one of his worst guests, recounting an incredibly tense plead the 5th segment, despite a warm moment off camera where Winger likened him to her Jewish little brother. She refused to engage once rolling began. Nikki Swift +1, Bravo +1. What drives her confrontational reputation? Winger has built a legacy as an uncompromising artist. In her own words, she's always stood against sexism and the gloss of celebrity, even if that meant creating conflict. Reddit plus for Inspect 2. Code plus for Reddit +4. She admits that early in her career she sometimes went too far, but she never backed down from calling out behavior she found inauthentic or exploitative. Telegraph. Hollywood's image-driven engine didn't always reward her candor. She stepped away in the mid-90s, choosing teaching at Harvard, writing, and selective indie projects over studio system comfort. When she returned to screens, often in character-driven roles on Netflix or indie films, the tough reputation seemed more like armor than liability. The flip side of hate to say she hates these actors may be close, but Winger herself frames it differently. She's sold as an honest or difficult star who speaks truth to power and to casting, co-stars, and corporate agendas. If she dislikes what a co-star brings to set or who they represent, she says so, unapologetically. That's why Winger's list of 6 hated colleagues is more a litany of creative friction than bile. Gere's stoicism, MacLaine's glamour, Malkovich's runway persona, Madonna's star power, Hackford's directorial style, even Cohen's talk show questions all stirred her ire, or at least her disapproval. In summary, Debra Winger, at 70, hasn't lost any of her edge. Her hate list isn't born from whims, rooted in creative tension, a commitment to authenticity, and perhaps a refusal to treat shallow celebrity as gospel. Whether you see her as a fearless truth-teller or a stubborn contrarian, one thing's for sure: Winger remains, like her characters, fiercely uncompromising.